everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my YouTube series, my mindfulness series. Today I'll be talking about your thoughts and how powerful they are. We identify ourselves with our thoughts and emotions, and we believe that they are a part of our personality and who we are. It's the repeated thoughts that turns into thought patterns, that turns into our core beliefs about who we are and what the world is like. I learned all this after something very traumatic and sad happened to me. But my vision is that as many people as possible can learn about themselves this way before anything bad happens. People are becoming more open, and this is my way of spreading my tools with you guys. My first experience when I actually started questioning my own thought patterns was at a retreat a couple of years ago, and I met this woman. She specialized in neuroscience, and I asked her if she thought that neuroscience could help me with my anxiety. I told her I've been anxious my whole life. I've had anxiety since I was a kid. Would this maybe help me? And she looked at me and she said, well, first of all, you're identifying yourself with anxiety. That's not who you are. It's not a part of who you are. For me, that was very eye-opening. I had never thought of it in a different way. And after that, I could kind of see it more as anxiety is coming from emotions and thoughts. It's not who I am. Many of us have these thought patterns that we keep repeating to ourselves daily. So they're connected to emotions on how we feel. We feel angry, we feel upset, usually negative emotions, and we tell them to ourselves so often that they become a part of us. Just think about placebo as an example. The power of your thoughts are proven in these researches when patients are giving a placebo pill for whatever treatment and they still get better. Your mind is so powerful and your thoughts are so powerful that they can actually change your physical state. This is scientific research that shows exactly how powerful your thoughts are. So why wouldn't you use them for something positive? As humans, 80% of our thoughts are negative. 80%. That's a lot. We need to change that in order to change our lives for the better. When you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, this is going to be a great day, versus this is going to be a terrible day. I have to do this. I have to go to work. I have to go to this dinner. I have to see this person. A lot of the times we use the word have to in a lot of things that we do. Just changing the wording and how we see things makes a big difference. So just waking up in the morning and thinking to yourself, I get to wake up. I get to go to work. I get to go to the gym. I get to go to dinner. And you feel gratefulness for these things, because there are a lot of people in this world that won't be able to do that, that would do anything to trade places with you. Gratefulness is honestly one of the best tools to change your mindset for the positive. If you start your morning with being grateful and thinking positive thoughts, I promise you it will change your day completely. If you think about all the successful people, how do you think their mindset is? They have a more positive mindset. They're visualizing, they're manifesting, they think about what they want to attract, but more importantly, they feel what they want to attract. You can't only think about what you want. You have to be what you want. You have to raise yourself into that higher vibration in order to receive all the things that you want in life. And how do you do this? With a positive mindset, with gratitude, with love. This is why it's so important to understand the power of your thought. Ask yourself, what kind of life do you want? What kind of person do you want to be? It all starts with your mindset. That is how you change your life. It comes back to what I talked about earlier. You have a choice if you want to be happy or if you want to be sad. If you choose to hang on to the negative thought, you're obviously going to feel sad, upset, angry, or whatever that might be. If you choose that you want to be happy, you can automatically put yourself in that state of mind by just choosing positive thoughts. Now, I know it's not as easy as it sounds, and it's not enough to think positive things. You actually have to feel these things. You can't walk around thinking, I'm happy, I'm positive, if you're really not. So how do you manage to feel that way? So I have a couple of tools. One tool is meditation, because when you go into that pure state of consciousness, where you are in a state of being without your thoughts and emotions, you can distance yourself from those thoughts way easier and realize they're not a part of who you are. And you can create a more peace of mind. Another thing is to really question yourself why you're feeling this way. If it's because of a situation that is in your control, it is your choice to change this situation. You have the power to do this. If this is a situation that is out of your control, you have to learn to let it go. This goes for every situation that doesn't serve you. You can substitute your negative thoughts for positive at any time. Our ego likes to cling on to these negative emotions and feed off of them. But in those situations, you just have to ask yourself, how do I want to feel right now? If I let this go, I will feel happier. I will feel more lighthearted and have more peace of mind. Now, why wouldn't you want that for yourself? Why would you want to hang on to the emotion? When you hang on to these emotions, it is your ego that is hanging on to it. Now, I think it's important to say that you're not ignoring your negative emotions. You're not trying to avoid sadness or whatever the emotion that you're feeling. If something bad happens to you, it is okay to feel sad and upset. Allow yourself to feel these emotions because it is important to do so. But at a certain point, you have to make the choice of letting them go. You're not going to walk through life always feeling positive. That's not how life works. But you can always choose to shift your mindset when something happens into a more positive state of mind. You always have that choice, no matter what it is. The thoughts that come and go that we have all the time are not the ones that we should worry about. It's the repeated thoughts that turns into thought patterns, that turns into our core beliefs about who we are and what the world is like. A lot of the times it is a false perception. It is a negative perception, and that is what is dangerous. People go through their lives with these repeated thoughts about themselves and the world, and not for a second stop and reflect on what they're actually thinking and how it affects them. We have to start asking ourselves the right questions. If you're able to distance yourself from your thoughts, you can see that most of our suffering is coming from our thoughts and not the situation itself. When we repeatedly think about a negative situation that has happened, or even that we're worried about in the future, our brain doesn't know the difference between when a situation is happening in the present moment or only in your head. So those negative emotions are going to affect your body the same way as if it was actually happening. A lot of the times our thoughts limit ourselves and how we live our lives. Our thoughts make us doubt ourselves, what we're capable of doing, and we believe them. For some reason, it's easier to believe the negative thoughts than the positive, right? Just as if you get negative feedback versus positive feedback, the negative always lingers more because it's in a human nature. This is why it takes a lot of work. It's not an easy process. It's not going to happen overnight. You have to work on it every single day. But why wouldn't you want to be a happier person? Why wouldn't you want to grow and learn from your negative experiences? When something happens, you ask yourself, how did that make me feel? Why did it make me feel that way? How can I change the way I respond to this? How can I change the way I think about it? How will I make my life better by doing so? We have our own perception of who we are as a person, what the world is like, and that's our reality. So anything that questions our reality as we see it, we disregard it or we see it as not true. We're not even open to question ourselves and our thoughts and our beliefs to see if maybe there's a different reality, and maybe there's something we can change for the better. We are very set in our ways. Society has conditioned us in a certain way. We all want to fit in. We care about what other people think. If there's anything that I want you to take from this video, is that I encourage you to start questioning your thoughts. Ask yourself why you're having these thoughts. Again, go back to, is there a situation that you can control? What can you do about it? And if there's not in your control, learn to let it go. Always choose happiness and peace of mind over anything else. If you're not already doing it, I also encourage you to start meditating. It's important to realize there's no right or wrong in meditation. All I encourage you to do is to sit with yourself. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 10, whatever feels right for you, and just be with yourself. Whatever comes up, let it come up, but just try to be pure consciousness and distance yourself from your thoughts and emotions, because you are separate from that. That's not who you are. The more you practice it, the more you'll feel the difference. One more thing is to also realize when it is your ego that's talking. All these negative thoughts that you're feeling, these limiting beliefs, the negative thoughts about yourself and others and the world is usually coming from your ego. Know when this is happening, and also distance yourself from that, because you are separate from your ego. You deserve to become a happier, more peaceful person and grow and learn about yourself every day. You're not going to be able to grow unless you ask yourself these uncomfortable questions. It's going to be uncomfortable, it's going to take practice, but I promise you it's worth it. No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, it is never too late to start realizing these things. Start questioning your past conditioning, your beliefs, your thoughts about yourself. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please comment, share, like. Stay tuned for a lot more interesting topics, and I'll see you all soon.